And should be live. Okay, we're live on the air. What is up, Talos of Tech? How's everyone doing today? How's it? It's a late night. I know usually I do the late night streams on Thursday, but yesterday and everything was a Thanksgiving, so it was pretty busy, pretty stuff full of turkey, stuff full of dessert and whatnot. So after that all took place, I was like, I need the night. I'm done. I don't think I've done this for a couple nights now. Yeah, sorry for being late. There was stuff I had to focus on. Oh, and a haircut, by the way. I guess I filmed tomorrow's video, but you haven't seen that yet because it's not out yet. Um, so I make a joke about it in there. But yeah, I got a haircut. Hair's partially gone. Beard is here. Beard is still growing. I got like halfway through November and was like, well, I guess I'm participating with No Shave November just by forgetting. So hey everyone, how we doing? When will you shave your beard? I did make an agreement that if Apple released a new iPod, I would shave the whole thing off. But sorry, getting messages. Um, oh really? Image quality looks a million times better than usual. That's cool. How so? Or is that sarcasm? That would suck. Can I see it? I want to watch. Can I watch myself? It looks fine to me. Whatever. Looks totally normal. Anyway, hey, you made it to your first live chat. Welcome now. Yeah, we hit 59,000. Yay! What another monumental step forward. We are now less than 1,000 away from 60,000. My goodness, another 10,000 goes by already. Coming up on the end of the year. Sadly, HomePod's not happening, and I'm basically waiting patiently for the iMac Pro. I'm just like waiting for it. I'm just like, okay, anytime now, let me know. Pretty much, we're pretty much there. Recently, I don't want to expose much publicity because this individual fan wanted to remain private and they didn't want to be publicly known for it. But uh, he donated a massive amount to me. He messaged me personally and said, hey, I really want to see you get the iMac Pro. I really want to see you succeed. And he donated a certain amount. I won't say what it was. Nothing too crazy, but a substantial amount. It wasn't like the most donated we've ever had on this channel. But it was a substantial amount, and they just said, hope this goes to it. And I have to say that from the amazing support we've gotten on Patreon, and I want to keep supporting you guys on Patreon. So I know some people wanted to get in Patreon once and then leave, but I really encourage you not to do that. Don't necessarily donate $50 a month on Patreon and then delete it later. What would be better and more reliable is to donate $1 a month and just keep it going. That's actually better than having people delete all the time. Because of that, I can say that with the iMac Pro pretty close, I'm thinking it's gonna happen, guys. I do think it's a pretty for sure thing now. Definitely base model. Okay, not 2 TB, not 64 gigs of RAM, like the base cheapest one. But I do think it's gonna happen. And through your guys' support. Oh yeah, Durka. You have ownership rights still of highest donating fan. There was that one fan who donated when we said, if you donate, I'll give you my 8 plus after I review it. But then, of course, he decided he didn't want the 8 plus and he wanted the 8. And then I said, sadly, I wasn't able to order that on the day I got the 10. So I refunded his money in full. So he's totally fine with that. Yes. What if it's a certain upgrade that is very cheap though? Like what though? What would be cheap? Like adding maybe if we added the Magic Trackpad 2 and the mouse, so we just had Space Gray everything just in case. Like maybe that if it's cheap, it might be an extra $100, maybe. But yeah. Do you have keyboard issues on your 2016 Mac? I have two keys pressing double. All you got to do, I've had that problem before. Press hard on the key and then shake it around while you're pressing hard down on it and just kind of wiggle that key around. There's just like dust or something that gets jammed in there and you just have to wiggle it a little bit and it gets rid. Joe Rain says, I got my iPhone 10 yesterday and I am loving it. Congrats, Joe. Thank you. Um, Also, I wanted to point out, Joe commented earlier before the stream went live and mentioned that uh, Joe said he is donating 20 a month on Patreon, but for some reason I totally forgot. I totally screwed up, and I haven't added him to the Patreon Pro members list. So for Joe Rains, I am incredibly sorry. Let's just take one moment to thank Joe and say, hey, thank you for your support. I appreciate your I very much appreciate your support. Every little bit counts, and I have to say, there's lots of things coming in the future. There's lots of things in the works. Maybe even top secret projects. But yeah, it's being put to good use. None of this is going in my pocket. It's all going directly back into the business. So anyway, Zach Tech Review says, "Good evening, sir, and thank you for your donation. Appreciate it. First super chat of the evening. Could you upload your live streams on iTunes as podcasts? I really want to listen to it offline." Yeah, I a lot of people asked about that. I'm sorry I haven't, but the reason the reason I don't is a couple reasons. First of all, you have to kind of host it doesn't cost anything, I know, but you have to host a certain website with the RSS feed. I know how to do it, but it's a little bit complicated, and I'd have to set that up. But on top of that, and I hate to bring this up because it sounds a little money hoardy, and I know probably already for the first 8 minutes of the live stream, I probably sound already a bit money grabby for most of you. But one issue is that when you guys watch the live streams after they're live on YouTube, I get revenue for that because it's on YouTube and those can be monetized. There is no way to make money on the iTunes podcast app, sadly. So I understand that would be convenient. However, the reason it's not a top priority for me is because it would result in me making less money opposed to you just watching it live after the fact. You know, if you have YouTube Red, it's great because you can just turn it on in the background and stream it, and then your phone is off. I understand not everyone has YouTube Red, though. I apologize. There's also the other reason that's a more optimistic reason is I would like to actually do official podcasts that aren't just me talking with the chat, because a lot of people have brought up, a lot of long-term viewers have brought up, because yeah, we're in a very awkward stage right now for Tailosive. The issue is a lot of people are subscribing right now. We're getting like over 1,000 subscribers a week. At that rate, when it's like every month you have 4,000 new people who haven't seen all your old videos, they're going to ask a lot of the same questions that a lot of long-term viewers have already heard before. So the issue with these live streams is a lot of people who are long-term listeners, long-term watchers, they have to listen to me answer the same question over and over and over. And it's not necessarily your guys' fault, because to a lot of you, this is your first live stream, this is the first time commenting. So it's like, I don't know the answer to this because I don't watch every single live stream you post. I just subscribed a week ago or whatnot. So we've got all these people that are just now joining, and we also have all these people that have been here for a while. So when they ask things like, what'll next year's iPhone be called? I get that question every day. And they know the answer. The loyal subscribers who have been here a long time, they know the answer, but new people don't. So I end up repeating myself. Anyway, what I was getting at is I'd like to start working on in the future an actual tech podcast that's not a live stream, where I have guests on and we talk about a particular topic, and it's a bit more professional. It's more of an interaction rather than just me reading the chat, because me reading the chat can get old very, very quickly. Anyway. Scott Kent says, take it to Apple for repair if the keys are sticky. I mean, yeah, you can, for sure. I'm just saying that my keys were a little bit sticky, and I fixed them myself just by pushing on them and shaking them around, and they worked. That's all I did. Net neutrality, please. Okay, yeah. The thing about net neutrality is, obviously, yeah, I stand with the 99%. It's dumb. I don't want it to get passed. And it's annoying because this law comes up every year. It's like they keep talking about it over and over again. It's like, this is it. This time it's actually going to get passed. This time it's going to go through. Yeah, I don't want it to be passed. But the thing is, it's not being voted on by the people. So, we can complain. We can call our congressman and say, don't pass it. But they know a half dozen other things we're not considering. And ultimately, it sucks because the consumer has no say in this. We can complain again, but that's it. We can't vote on this because I think the government knows that if we did vote on this, it would never get passed in a million years, because every person online hates this. It's a law that's literally getting passed just for big companies to make more money, which is weird. and it results in a worser product for everyone. So yeah, obviously I don't understand anyone who would be for it. I don't understand. Well, I can understand why the internet providers want it because I don't know a single good internet company. There's companies that you have to use to have internet, but that doesn't make them good. There's companies that are faster than other, but basically they all suck. They all suck at customer service. They all suck at um, providing reliable coverage or consistent coverage or good deals or anything like Verizon, AT&T, Comcast. I've had issues with all of them. Each internet company I've ever interacted with has been terrible. And even if you bring up Google Fiber, it's like, well, it's available in 3 cities, so there's their problem. Like, there's no good internet companies. So, of course, their solution is, what if we just charged everyone more money? It's stupid. But again, the reason I don't really make videos about it or talk about it very much is because there's sadly nothing I can do about it. And it's kind of one of those depressing things that we're really not going to know about until the vote goes through. I really hope it doesn't get passed. We'll see. Demonetized. Yeah, yeah, that's us. All the way demonetized. Just in the US or the UK as well. I don't know. I'm not an expert on that, so don't rely on me for that information. Go look it up elsewhere. I'm sure there's Philip DeFranco videos on it, and there's other people's videos on it that explain the whole thing. Can you add live chat in the video so that we can watch in full screen and watch after live streaming? I don't. I specifically do not add chat in the video itself because there is certain things that will be read, be not read, but posted in the chat that I don't want to be remembered. And one of the small amounts, very small amount of things I do like about YouTube is the fact that if I don't read something in the chat, it never exists. See, if I included the chat in the video itself, you would get all the spam, all of the stupid comments, all of the explicit comments that you don't want to be read. That would all show up and be there forever. Whereas in this method, the only time your messages are remembered is if I read them. So, and this has happened many times. If someone super chats something that's explicit or they super chat something that's wrong, if I don't read it, it's like it never happened. And I think that's better for everyone who's watching after the fact. Anyway, super chat from James Z Production says, just want to say that I love your editing style. Jump cuts, it's very distinct in a good way. It indeed very efficient, so please keep doing it. That's what I go for in all my tech stuff, is how can I make this efficient? And more recently, as I mentioned earlier, I've been watching a little more Philip DeFranco. And I noticed how similar we kind of are with the blue background and the jump cuts, and we kind of have a similar style and stuff. So I was kind of like, huh, yeah, that kind of works. What I like about it, and I get that it's not for everyone. For some people it's too fast and they need me to talk slower. But at least in my experience, we've been growing pretty well, and I'm satisfied with the growth we've been seeing. Most people can find that and follow it and understand it. And what I think they appreciate, at least what I think they appreciate, is the effort to not waste anyone's time. There is very little time spent in my video on things you don't need to be there for. So that's why I try to make, 99.5% of the video my information. That way you get the most information out of me in the shortest amount of time, and then you're out of there. Because I respect your time and I don't need you to watch my 10-second intro every time you click on my video, which a lot of people do. Brevity is the soul of wit. I hate Shakespeare, by the way. So do you think the iPhone 10 was overhyped? I honestly was disappointed when I tested it out in person. I don't, but that was probably because that means that your expectations were higher than what it actually was. And for me, I kept telling people that it's not that big a deal. It's cool, but you'll get used to it very quickly. So for me, expectations were rather low. So when then I met the actual thing, it's like, oh my God, I actually really like this. So that's, I think, the better way to handle anything, not just tech. It's got to be, movies, or it's got to be getting the dream job you've always wanted. All of those things, if you put your expectations too high, there's no chance of them satisfying you. Whereas the better thing to do is to keep expectations real and understand that this isn't going to fix everything. This isn't going to change your life, but it'll be pretty nice. It'll be a nice upgrade. And that's how I looked at the 10. And I got the 10, and I'm very happy with it. I like it a lot. I switched my wallpaper to this one. I like this wallpaper. It's cool. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What is the HomePod made of? I believe it's made of the same kind of fabric, but also reinforced metal as the speaker I got, which we're not talking about yet because you don't know. Uh, yeah, see, I went to the Apple Store and I found the iPhone 10 to be interesting. See, I that's how the experience was for me. Everyone in there was interested in it. Everyone in there wanted to see your stuff. Do you film with your iPhone 10? I film. FCC falls under U.S. government, by the way. Okay, so that's just for the U.S. Still, that would suck because I'm in the U.S. Um, I do film my vlogs on Talos of Talks with the iPhone 10 because I like 4K at 60 and it's very stable. So I like it for that purpose. I don't film my tech videos with the iPhone 10, and believe me, I've tried. I've done experiments with recording with the telephoto lens because all my videos are pretty telephoto. They're zoomed in. And I've also tried filming with the wide angle lens to see how that looks. And believe me, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It's it's not better. I mean, smartphone cameras are obviously getting better and better, and they're the best they've ever been. But the amount of detail and the amount of crispness you can get out of a full DSLR camera with an actual giant sensor versus, tiny microchip sized sensors, they don't compare. You can get 4K at 60, you can get telephoto lenses, but still, they don't compete. There's not a smartphone camera I would um, film my videos with yet. If there was, I would seriously consider it. But so far, having compared the two and tried filming stuff with my iPhone, you wouldn't like it. Take my word for it. Um, how much do you think Apple's wireless charger for be? Again, this goes along with expectations and stuff. Aim high, and then if it's lower, it's a pleasant surprise. So my top anticipation is it's going to be $250 because, first of all, keep in mind that if this thing is potentially able to charge multiple iPhones at once, hopefully with fast charging, it's going to need a pretty powerful brick hooked up to it. And I assume when you buy AirPower, it will come with the brick and the USB-C cable. And I know that the brick that comes with the MacBook is like $80, and the cable is another 20. So it's like half of the price point is right there, and just the brick, and then the AirPower mat itself is specific. It's not just a random Qi charger. It's something designed specifically by Apple that works with the Apple Watch, and the Apple Watch doesn't work with any other charger. So they did something unique, something that's exclusive to them on that charge mat. So I'm anticipating it to be top dollar because that's what Apple products are. However, a lot of people are probably right that it's likely not going to be 250. It'll likely be lower. So if it is, congrats. But if it's 250, I'll be like, told you. I'll still get it. How is your phone holding up without a screen protector? Let's look. A lot of people ask about that. I see so far not a single scuff, not a single scratch. Nothing's been permanent. No, that's just a fingerprint. It's holding up fine. Yep. I still cannot find a single scratch on this thing. No screen protector. Though I do baby it. Keep that in mind. But when you spend this much money on a phone, you kind of treat it differently. You're kind of like, okay, don't get too out of control. Do you expect AirPods will get the wireless charging case included when it's released separately? I don't know where this idea came from that Apple's going to release just the case. Someone suggested that was going to happen. I don't think Apple would do that because then you'd have all these old cases everywhere that no one wants. It would completely offset the amount of product. If you want to get the AirPods with the wireless charging capability, I believe you're buying another pair. I don't think you can buy just the case. I don't know why people think that's going to happen. Just because the AirPods themselves aren't a different design, it doesn't mean that they're just going to release the case. What are we going to do with all these old cases? That'd be a massive recall, a massive recycling program, and I just think they would make more money if they sold the whole case. Drew, what is the worst iPhone ever made by Apple? Well, the thing is, all the iPhones have been pretty great, so it's really hard to say which is the worst. I can say what's the most least eventful upgrade, and I'm kind of tied on 4S and 6S. I think were pretty uneventful updates. And again, both of you could probably defend both of those upgrades. Both of you would be like, 4S added a ton of things, or 6S added a ton of things. 5C, yeah, 5C was intentionally cheap, but again, a lot of people liked it. I mean, I personally knew a ton of people who loved it. Um, 4S has Siri, yeah, but I mean like original Siri. Like people complain about Siri now. Here you go. I told you. Everyone could defend that. 3D touch. Okay. 4K recording. That's the whole upgrade. It doesn't look different. Doesn't work different. It's just the 3D touch. I mean, I'm just saying, in comparison to all the other iPhone upgrades, I have to say those are probably the least eventful. Adding Siri, like, okay. How many things did Siri do back then? I mean, so it was basically upgrading the microphone in the camera. Like, look wise, barely anything changed. Yeah, it's all about 4D touch now, anyways. Do you think they're holding the release for Final Cut Pro 10.4 for it to go along with the iMac Pro? I've been had nothing but crashes on High Sierra. I'm sorry. I've been fine with High Sierra so far. I'm terribly sorry. Um, oh, someone asked, would you buy a Google Pixel 2? Here's my rule on that. Oh yeah, Siri's in the chat. Sorry, no hate on Siri, but let's be honest, you've had some issues. Um, my rule is if someone were to donate the price of a product and say use this money to buy said product, I would buy it. I do not like the Pixel 2. I did a vlog on Talos of Talks you can watch where I use the Pixel 2, and I have to say, oh my god. Yeah, it takes good pictures, but I don't want to look at those pictures on that display. It is just awful. After getting used to the 10 display, the Pixel display looks just terrible. Demonetized immediately. Um, but yeah, if someone was like, here's the money for the Pixel 2, buy it, I would buy it. Jonathan Green says, go to AirPods page and go down to the AirPower section. There's an AirPods page. Okay. All right. Because you donated, I'll check. Here we go. Music, right? There's a HomePod stage. I don't see the AirPods. There we go. Learn more about AirPods. Okay. Scroll to the bottom. All right. Do I have to look at all this tiny text? Why don't instead of telling me what to read and having not see the chat and everything, why not just explain to me what I'm looking for? That would be better. If you're wondering how to donate, you need to be using a browser. Even if on mobile you can do this, just go to Safari, go to Chrome. If you're on a desktop, any browser should work. But just go to Safari on your mobile phone or iPad, log into YouTube on there, and you can donate. Anyway. Is the HomePod going to be really useful? I don't think so. I think the problem is people are misunderstanding what it's for. It's a very similar reaction to what we got when the Apple Watch came out. Everyone was like, "What's the point of the Apple Watch?" People kept thinking that it was meant to be a phone replacement. It wasn't. The HomePod, the case for wireless charging, it says optional wireless case sold separately. Oh, okay. So that is official. I'm on the website. Where does it say that? I'm sorry, I don't see that. Sorry. Screenshot it and tag me with it on Twitter. Okay. Can I have your iPhone 7? I still have an iPhone 6. Sorry, no. I can't do giveaways like that yet. I would like to in the future, but right now I think you guys care about more of the rest of the network getting up and running and this channel getting continually better. Yes, I will buy the AirPower. The question is, how many AirPowers will I buy? Oh, you can donate on the YouTube gaming app, but I don't know if you can on iOS. I don't know why I'd be on gaming either. I love that with Creator Studio, and I'm watching, the app that shows all my chat and stuff on the live streaming section. I can super chat myself. And while you may think that that's funny, it's like, oh yeah, it just goes right back to you. At the same time, YouTube would still take a piece of that. Okay, someone sent it to me on Twitter. Let me check real quick. All right. Notification. All right, at the very bottom, optional wireless charging case coming in 2018. Okay. That's weird. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest. Why isn't your iPhone 10 box on the wall? It is. It's just it's right out of shot. I'm pointing right at it from right there. It's just that I'm sitting down for live stream, so the camera's lower. It's up there. Send $1. I mean, okay. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Or do I have to set up things? I don't want to have to set up things. Yeah, it wants me to set up information. Sorry, you're gonna have to take my word for it. I tried to super chat myself, but it didn't do it. It was gonna need my credit card information. I'd have to go get that. That's okay. I'd like to recommend you a good service app. Stomp because let's lift you to manage ideas, questions, and for your artists. Thank you. Okay, I'll check that out. It means that when you buy new AirPods, the wireless charging case is an option instead of the standard case. Oh, that's a better point. Okay, geez, we're figuring out all kinds of things today. So what? Okay, who was that? Ben. Ben has a good point. Um, that perhaps instead of buying just the wireless charging case with no AirPods in it, perhaps in the checkout process when you're buying the AirPods, it'll be, do you want the non-wireless charging case or the wireless charging case? Maybe the wireless charging case costs more. We don't know. That's what it could mean. And that would make a bit more sense to me. Hey, you got your Apple Pencil today. Me too. It's fun to just have around. It's good for Instagram posts. Should offer return your old AirPods case and pay a smaller amount for it. They're really vocal on environment. They are, but again, like you wouldn't get much back, and they probably wouldn't get much out of it. That's why I don't think it'd be worth it. Instead of making twice as many cases than there are actually AirPods, which is incredibly wasteful. They don't want to have to take back all of them. Why not just make the same number of AirPods for the number of cases? Oh, Ku Ethan just donated. Says just started supporting you on Patreon. Nice work. Thank you very much. I appreciate any support. Any little donation at all makes the biggest difference, especially for what the future of Tailosive may hold in the upcoming months. There may be some big changes coming. Top secret projects going on. But yeah, it's all of it is going to an incredibly good cause, and all I have to say is any tiny donation makes all the difference, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. Got a project name too. If someone donates, I don't know. I'll provide incentives. Someone donate like I have a name for it. Certain fans in a closed circle know the name for it. How about this is terrible. You guys are gonna donate money for something that you're donating money for a name, and then we can talk about that name. Finally, he's got a fourth top secret project. How about $20? Anyway. Luke Rennie says, how much do you think an MacBook Pro 13-inch mid-2012 with Intel i5, 2.7 gigahertz, 500 gigabyte SSD, 1.5 gigabyte V memory, and 16 gigabyte DDR3 RAM is worth? Oh, goodness. That's a lot of information. 2012. Mid-2012? I don't know. Can I price that? I don't know. $700? $600? I don't know. I'm not good at selling old stuff like that. Sorry. I'm terribly bad at that. You should type in those specs on eBay or Amazon and see what they're going for. Don't ask me. I don't sell a lot of old laptops. Anyway. For those asking about the TCU on the main channel, that has been delayed because of all of the other changes that went on afterwards. See, originally I was like Project Photon because Xander's coming back and the team's getting back together again, and we were filming all that stuff. But then, of course, what's more important than the main channel, sadly, even though the main channel is a lot of fun and I love working on it, is the tech channel because that's our source of revenue. The issue was Verizon was going to start down throttling. At the time, I was still in the attic. I was still working at home. And we had to focus on that. So then what happened was it was like, okay, Photon we're going to try to work on, but we really need to focus on finding a place, finding a good internet connection so that we can do these kinds of things. So then we moved. And that process took a long time, and we're still getting settled in a lot of ways. And then, of course, on top of that, that's when all the big Apple stuff started happening. So I had to really start focusing more on the iPhone release, on the Apple Watch release, on the iPhone 10 and stuff. So then that kind of took over. And now we're dealing with other stuff that I won't go too far into because it's kind of secret. I don't want to say it's canceled. It's not canceled. It's just we're waiting for more free time. Right now, sadly, because the Photon project, which was the TCU on the main channel, which is where we do comedy sketches and shorts and stuff. And you can see the trailer for that on the main channel still. Um, that's more like free time projects, and sadly, the tech channel is more important. This is more important. Anyway, do AirPods get quieter over time like some earpods did? Because I'm thinking about getting some. I think any pair of headphones can go bad. Um, in fact, every single pair of headphones wireless headphones I've owned have always, after a certain amount of time, gone bad. The nice thing about AirPods, though, because yes, I have run into issues where one will get quieter than the other. When that happens to your wired earpods, you have to throw the whole pair away. When that happens to AirPods, you can contact Apple. They will send you a replacement pod, so you don't have to get a whole new charging case. You don't have to get a whole new pair of AirPods. You can just get the one part that needs fixing sent to you. You send back the old defective pod, and it costs no money. It's absolutely free. In fact, they'll ship it to you in express shipping, 1 day shipping. So it'll literally get to you in like a 24-hour period. You swap out the pod, you send back the old one, no money lost. That's been great. The other wireless pairs of headphones I've had, if one goes bad, you're screwed. They're gone. You have to either buy a whole new pair. Sicario donated and says, "Thanks for all your expert advice." Thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. And we needed it. Uh, yeah, $2. I mean, you can write whatever you want. I'll take it. Radical Edward says, "Does it ever bug you when big YouTubers like MKBHD or Jerry Rig Everything spread misinformation about the iPhone 10 or other Apple products?" Well, yeah, but I think that it's not necessarily misinformation. That's the problem. There's not a ton of people just flat out lying. I think it's more like I notice when YouTubers talk about different products, they started off with highlighting the great things about it. And I feel like whenever they're reviewing an Apple product, they start off with the flaws and they emphasize those flaws. Like, for instance, I made a tweet about this. Um, and keep in mind, when I call out YouTubers on this, it's not because I hate them. We have differing opinions. They're biased and they can be openly biased. You don't have to delete his comments. I just won't read them. He can super chat as much as he wants. um, they're openly biased, and I'm fine with that. But I'm going to call them out on them, and they can call me out too. It's fine. Um, One thing I noticed is that the Pixel 2 was all about how via software they can make portrait mode shots. You know, it's a single lens camera. In the keynote, they said machine learning and software we can make portrait mode shots. We don't need a dual camera. I disagree with that, but they're pointing out that their algorithm is smart. And with their single lens cameras, they can do whatever. However, I'm questioning why, if it's an algorithm, if it's done in software, why can't Google add that to the first generation Pixel? Why can't they add that portrait mode feature? Because they did it on both the front and rear facing camera. It's just algorithm. So why can't you add that in software? Or even better, add it to other Android phones, because Android's about being together, not the same, right? So if you've got this great feature that's just an algorithm, that's just machine learning, why not make it available to everyone? Because they want you to buy the Pixel 2. However, MKBHD doesn't talk about that. He doesn't highlight that. He's just saying it's a great camera and the iPhone's not. What he does bring up in the iPhone 10 review is that Animoji doesn't require all the sensors, which was later debunked. Apple came forward and said, no. We don't put Animoji on the iPhone 8 because it wouldn't work as well. It doesn't have the dot projector. It doesn't have those extra Face ID sensors. So he corrected himself. He went on Twitter and said, sorry, yep, you got me. But I'm like, okay, so you're wrong about that. But you were very quick to point it out. You were like, so Apple likes to make exclusive features for more expensive phones, so you'll buy that one. First of all, that shouldn't even be debatable. It's like, well, yeah, they're business. They want to entice you into getting the newer product. Like, you get wallpapers on the 10 that are live wallpapers that you cannot get on other phones. Yeah, they can. They're welcome to do that. They're a business. They can entice you via software to get a better phone. It's very simple. I mean, Apple could very easily activate a 10 mode. Um, Apple could easily activate a 10 mode so that gesture controls are doable on an 8 or a 7 phone. They could make it so like screenshots are with the power button and up volume. They could add a ton of 10 features to the regular iPhones, but they don't because they want to entice you to the new stuff. It's totally fine, but I'm just curious as like when YouTubers are quick to find a flaw with Apple and with the other companies, they're just like, oh, it's great, no problem at all. I love this phone, it's great. I love how cheap it is. This is my favorite phone. When Apple releases a phone, it's like, here's this problem, here's this problem, here's this problem. Glass back, it's so shatterable. It's like, how many other phones have glass backs now? Anyway, oh my goodness. Thank you for everyone who's donating. I'm not going to read all of those. One of them was retracted. But anyway, Andrew Centillion says, buy a Google Home Mini now. $29. Also, love your channel and Apple. However, I hate iOS 11 because it's so inefficient in comparison to 10. I get annoyed when everyone praises it. Okay. Where is it $29? Because I know that the Home Mini is 50, right? Is it? Does anyone know where to get it for where? I'm gonna look on Amazon really quick. I don't want it. I really don't, but because you donated. Okay, it's not on Amazon. So it's on the Google store. Oh god, I have to go to the Google store. Dang it, you guys. Okay. Did I get it from Target? Get Google Home Mini for $29. Okay. Here we go, guys. I'm ordering it. You made me do this. Okay. This is your money. Target, you get a gift card too. Everyone's saying Target. It's in Walmart, anywhere. Walmart, Google it. He donated over $20. Well, it was for a specific cause, but yeah, the next top secret project is 2X. Project 2X. And yes, just like every other project, the answer to what it is in the name. So really think about that one hard. 2X. It's not, first of all, discredit some of your theories about Project 2X. It's not about the iPhone 10. It's not about getting a second iPhone 10. Second of all, Project 2X is not about the iMac Pro. It's not, Drew's getting the iMac Pro. That's the top secret. No, it's neither of those. It's a big deal. It's a very massive change. Everyone's saying, get it at Dollar Tree. There's a discount apparently. Oh, they automatically add a. What the heck? They automatically add a USB-C to headphone jack adapt. Why is that there? Did I add that there earlier on accident? How do I remove that? Oh, there it is. Okay. $8. Playing it right now. Yeah, we're getting 2 Teslas. No, sorry, that is not it. Okay, yeah, I've got it all set up on here. I'm not gonna set it all up on straight. I'm getting the Home Mini now. Okay, you super chatted for it. It's your money. Who donated for it? Andrew, my name as well. Thank you for your donation. I'm not a fan of the Home Mini, but thank you for the donation. I'll buy that. Okay, I'll buy it. Every time I hear the words dedicated Siri button, I want to throw a dictionary at someone's face. I understand, Radical Edward. It's not a dedicated Siri button. It is the power button. It's very simple. I didn't get it. I didn't order it yet. Why does everyone want it from Target? Yeah, mods. When this guy donates and says weird things, you can delete the comment. I still get the money. So if he wants to waste his money on being dumb, he's welcome to. Just don't make the rest of the chat have to read it. Yeah, it's called the side button. You get a $10 gift card from Target. I don't. What would I buy $10 from at Target? I don't go to Target very much. There's not a Target in Orville. Google doesn't deserve the click. That's why Target. If it's at Walmart for $30, wow. But yeah, I'm gonna order it. Okay, you can hold me to that. You donated $30. It's a $30 product. I'll get it. So we're gonna have the Google Assistant listening in on us. Dang it! How dare you? I'm so incredibly grateful and upset at the same time. You think refurbished technology is better to buy? It's a better deal. I've gotten refurbished products in the past, and if you get them from Apple, it's completely safe. I mean, they look brand new. They put the wrapping back on them. You can't even tell that they're new except for the packaging. They want Best Buy. There's a billion different places to buy the Google Home Mini. Yeah, I've heard it's very popular. My cousin's getting one. He found some certain deal when you get it with a gift card and it ends up costing like $4 or something. So they're basically giving out the Google Home Mini for free because it listens to you. Um, but yeah, I'm I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Like I said in my videos, I don't I don't Google things very much. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for. I have another speaker that I'm working on reviewing. What's up, Taylosive, aka Drew? I just got off work, man. I haven't been able to watch your live videos in at least 2 weeks, man. I'm excited to be here. Thank you, Derek Williams. I'm excited you're here too. It's a late night. It's a very, very late night. Sicario donated again and says, great content and insight. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Um, how much should a hint for Project 2X be? 2X. Project 2X. I have to give you a hint every time someone donates $30 because there's not that many hints I can do. So I want to be cautious about this, and I don't want to give hints. So no, so that's how I know it won't happen. Do you have Prime Now at your hometown? Oh, Prime Now is a different feature, isn't that when they're back? No, no, no. We don't have that here at all. Don't have that here at all. And everything. Which case is the best for my iPhone? I've really enjoyed the silicone cases, and I know a lot of people have different differentiating opinions about him. Um, I like that they. Did you see how easily I just pulled that off? Like, okay, I like using my phone caseless, but of course, if you're caseless when you're out and about or when you're being careless about it, that's how your phone gets dinged up. So what I do is when I'm on my couch or when I'm on furniture, just sitting around, and there's objects that the phone can rest on and not scratch, not hard surfaces. I take the cases off and I use it like this because it feels nice. It's great to feel that stainless steel build, that the glass on the back. It's lovely. It's lovely. However, when you go out and about, it's like, oh, I'm leaving. Want to keep my tent protected? Snapped on. There. Case is on. It's easy. It doesn't add too much thickness to the device. Some people don't like the texture of it. Okay, I'm glad you like my content. But anyway, what I love about silicone cases, they pop off really easily. They're only $40. I know there's cheaper ones out there, but I've used the third-party cases that are cheaper. They don't give that premium build. They don't feel that security. This just snaps on so easily. It's made by Apple. The Apple Sheep's going to recommend the Apple product. And then again, like when you come back and you're ready to use it caseless again, pop it off. It's very easy. Whereas these other cases, you have to like the rubber wrap and the plastic wrap, and then I don't like those. I think OtterBoxes are unnecessary. They're just so overly complicated and overly secure. Like, oh, we're so rigid. We're so secure. It's extra safe now. It's fine. It's fine. I've tried the leather cases and they scar very easily. That's what I don't like about them. Is the case should not be the case should be durable. And the leather cases, in my experiences, haven't been very durable. I mean, they protect the phone, but they look terrible after time if they get scratched or stuff. What is your favorite Apple Watch band? Let's take a look. Got a whole drawer here full of them. This is by far, I think, my favorite. I love the blue Nike band, possibly because it goes with the blue tech of the channel. In fact, I'm going to put them on right now. I've been wearing the Product Red band for the last couple days. And it's cool because it matches the red dot on the side, which is nice. But also, blue Nike band is awesome. I like the Nike band. I'm going to put this one on. I have one of the wrists that can fit both the small to medium band and to large band. So it doesn't matter which one I put on. They fit perfectly fine. And I actually prefer putting on the small band because it makes the watch itself lighter. Not that makes a huge difference, but... Oh, lots of people wondering about 2X. Lots of theories. And here's the other thing I like doing. I put my watch on. You know, when you take it off, it locks itself if you have Apple Pay activated it. And then you unlock your phone with Face ID, and the watch unlocks immediately. It's like that. Oh, Andrew again says, "Hey, I know the speaker you got. What are your quick thoughts about it without dropping the name? I have it as well." Oh, wow, thank you. Okay, so my thoughts briefly on the speaker is that people online had mixed things to say about it, about quality or battery life or how well it sounds. I love it. I have like nothing bad to say about it. The price was really good. I got it on sale. It sounds it literally jaw dropping. When I played the speaker and we turned it on and we blasted it, it was like, oh my god, this is loud. This is crisp. It shakes the walls. It literally shakes the walls. Um, and at the same time, wireless, waterproof. Battery life's been great. Sound quality's great. Connection's easier. It can actually connect to multiple devices at the same time. I just love this thing, and I have no bad things to say about it. Show us the speaker. It's in the other room at the moment. I could go get it. I don't know. I'd rather just read the chat because I don't want to ruin the surprise. I'll ruin the surprise for $15. How about that? And it's not worth it. Don't donate that. Spill the tea. Any good lesser known Apple hidden features you would like to share with us? Always looking for new tweaks. That was the big one. Is that when you unlock your phone with Face ID, it unlocks the watch. You don't have to enter the passcode. The other thing is, I know two-factor authentication sucks, but when you enable unlock the MacBook with your watch, it's so nice. I love that so much. Anyway, um, other features that not a lot of people know about. One thing I've noticed is that when you go into your iPhone 10 settings and you turn on that smart color invert, um, if you turn that on, you can save a whole ton of battery because the OLED pixels will actually be off. So I think you just go to display. Oh, no, no, no. Go to general accessibility, display accommodations, and invert colors. You hit smart invert, and that makes the certain content, like contact photos and pictures people are sending, not turn reverse. Thank you, Joe Rains. My goodness, and Asta. Thank you. You asked. Okay. um, and that apparently it makes things look a little weird, but at the same time, battery life is just drastically improved because everything turns dark. Here, let me find an example of it. I'm trying to show you texts that don't reveal Project 2X. Um, yeah, yeah. See, look at this. The text thing looks like this, and all the black pixels are just off pixels, so it saves battery. Oh, we don't. Someone donated for the S, so I gotta go get the speaker. Thank you for your support. Let me get the speaker really quick. You guys ruined the surprise. Here it comes. 1 second. Coming right back. Here I come. Oh, wonderful. Oh, this speaker. That's the other thing about this speaker is that it's a good size. I was worried that the certain speakers I get, with some wireless ones I get, are too small, and I like that this one is kind of it's kind of a big one. It's kind of like, oh, this has got some mega boom to it. It's not Sonos. It's the UE Mega Boom, and I got it for $150. It was on sale at Best Buy. The ones online are a little bit more expensive, I know, but what I love about this thing is that it's mobile. I can take this everywhere I go. I wasn't trying to find a HomePod replacement. When I found out it was delayed, I was like, okay, I know I need to review some kind of speaker this winter because I was hoping to get one anyway, and because it's not HomePod isn't coming for a while, and I was like, okay, I don't want to get a smart speaker that's just supposed to be a fill-in for the HomePod. I want to get a speaker that's different from the HomePod. So there is a version of the Mega Boom that has, I believe, Alexa, the smart speaker, built into it. I didn't get that one because I was like, no, the HomePod will be my smart speaker. It'll be stationary. It's not mobile. I want to get a speaker that can act like a HomePod, but it can also do other things that the HomePod doesn't do. That way it is entirely separate. So this isn't a smart speaker. It's a wireless speaker, but does sound incredible. And I use this all the time. I'm using it constantly. I use this pretty much first thing when I wake up. And I keep using it all day because I connect it to my Apple TV, I connect it to my phone and my iPad. Usually connected to the iPad because I like this being like a dedicated playback device. Let's play something light on it. You get copyright strike. But there's this remix I really like from White Stripes. We could really show off the sound. I won't hold it too close to the mic. Okay, that was half volume. Now, why don't I go to the opposite end of the studio here and play it at full blast so you can get an idea of how it sounds from far away, okay? All the way to the other end of the office. We have a long office. Okay. I love this remix too. Okay, here I go. Oh, I love this speaker. My goodness. That sound quality, though. It's probably like the most exciting thing you guys have ever seen in a live stream, I bet. Oh, this is great. I love this thing. I love this thing so much. Anyway. I bet that was painful to watch. But you asked, okay? You asked. It sounds amazing. It's very it's very difficult to convey audio quality over video because you're all listening to it through different speakers. But I just have to say, loud, crisp, bassy, love it. Okay. Next donation from Radical Edwards says, I've noticed a lot of apps, including the latest YouTube update, are supporting dark modes or smart invert. Maybe Apple will finally take a hint. The thing is, I think Apple would consider smart invert dark mode. They don't want to make it an official thing. They're just going to call it like, if you want dark mode, do smart invert. I'm sorry if I blew your eardrum out. Sound good on my AirPods. Good. Yeah, I mean, obviously we got so many different sound devices to listen to now. It's hard to choose one. But I was just like, okay, until the HomePod comes out, I want a certain speaker that's going to work great, have a good battery life, and sound amazing. And this fulfilled a lot of that. So review on this coming soon. Just about ready to talk about it, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow's video, actually it's midnight. So today's video that's coming out about 9 hours will be about the next iPhone SE, because a lot of people were asking about that. Does it weigh as much as just chipmunk? This weighs more than a chipmunk, all right? But in my speakers, I kind of want weight. I don't want a light speaker because then it doesn't feel like it has much oomph to it. I want a speaker with a big subwoofer in the middle. Sounded good on my Pixel Buds. No Pixel Buds. Dang it. Yeah, we're getting the Google Home Mini because someone donated for it, so now we have to. What would be the name for the iPhone SE 2? Well, I don't think they're going to incorporate the 10 into the SE for obvious reasons. 10 mini, I think, would be great. If they're making like a 10 version in a smaller, I just call it 10 mini. The reason I don't talk about CarPlay very much for someone who is asking, I don't have a car that supports CarPlay, and I don't know anyone who does, so I don't. There's not much I can say about it. Patrick Legros says, I have Megaboom and it sounds great. It does. I love this thing. And it was a pretty good deal. I used to have a wireless speaker from Bose, which does make great stuff, but I do think they're kind of the Apple of the speaker industry. They're very expensive, and the problem is I'm not an audiophile. I don't notice the tiny things. I just look for bass and loudness and like crispness and battery life, and this had all that. It's not Bose, and I'm sure some audiophile would find things to complain about, but it's got these giant volume rockers on the back. And bizarrely, it's waterproof and it floats. So it's not summer, so I haven't tried that, but I'll do it for the review. No, I'm not getting the Roadster, but we can talk about the Tesla semi truck. They officially released their price points, and it was way off. I was way off in my video. I was like, if they're not telling you how much it is, it's because it costs like $1 million or something. The base price for the Tesla semi truck, the one that can go 300 miles, $150,000. It's like not that much more than a Model X. And then the one that goes 500 miles, $180,000. So apparently, if $200,000 in savings for a business, you'd have to be an idiot not to buy a Tesla semi truck. So now the question is, how fast can you make them, Tesla? That's the only thing slowing down the industry. Yeah, go to the Tesla website, everyone. Okay, open another tab. Watch this. I'll walk you through it. Open a different tab. You go to Tesla.com. In the different sections, you have the little 3 bars on the side. You open that. There's a little semi subsection. You scroll down, and it provides the expected base price. So these might change a little bit, but they're giving you the basis of it. So when they tell you that the expected base price is $150,000, it's not going to jump up to $800,000. This is ballpark area, which means that it could be a little bit more than that, or maybe even a little bit less than that. We don't know, but it was still incredibly well priced, which means that trucking. And I don't have a way to share my screen. Sorry, I don't have a way to. I don't have a way to show my screen. Yeah, which means that if you're a business, there's basically no reason not to invest in the semi trucks. They're going to save you money over time, as Elon pointed out, $200,000 in savings. And the trucks themselves, yeah, they're more money than typical diesel trucks, but not by much. I mean, they cost a lot of money to maintain, and they cost a lot of money up front. Oh, send us a link through the chat. I mean, you could just take my word for it. How about that? When the live stream's over, go to the Tesla semi section. It's there. Just take my word for it. It's okay. Don't think there will be an SE2. There's still rumors growing for it. So I think that there might be something coming out in March. And I'm going to talk about this in tomorrow's video that I've already filmed. Every day we lit iTech reviews. There you go. I think there might be enough content for a small, not a big keynote, but a small keynote in March. Reveal the AirPower, talk about pricing, talk about what's included, talk about what it charges, unveil the HomePod, talk about its design and how they'll be shipping or more about it, elaborate. You could introduce a new iPhone 10 color because there's only 2, and we're seeing shipping times go down. Now you can buy an iPhone 10 and have it shipped to you in 1 to 2 weeks. So they could add a new color option, which people could get excited for. They could update the 2017 iPad, which is kind of basic. They could beef it up a little bit more, a budget iPad, and as well as unveil a 10-ized iPhone SE that has the curved corners, Face ID, and stuff like that. And I talk all about that tomorrow. But I just think there's a lot of things coming out early 2018. The new AirPods as well, the wireless charging case. Whole bunch of stuff we could introduce in March. There might be a whole keynote there. Is that a UE boom? Yes, it is, but don't tell anyone. It's a secret. Why don't you guys like secrets? And by the way, the $30 Project 2X hint still available. And believe me, they're juicy hints. I'm just kidding. There's big projects coming up in the future. That's why I want your money. Give me all your money. That's how being a YouTuber works, right? If you had to live with one Apple device, then which one would it be? And can I get a shout out? Ariv, there's a shout out. iPhone, easily. I could run my whole YouTube channel on my iPhone if I had to. Would not be good, but I could do it. Have you seen the article about iOS's lack of attention to detail? I can understand it when it's the most popular OS. Makes sense. I mean, Windows 10 maybe on more devices or something, but that's probably because it was forcefully installed. Um, yeah, they've donated way over $30. But anyway, you already did. What does that not count? I meant a single donation. But okay, they said just trying to support. The $15 was for a different thing. But okay, fine. Two people donated. You're right. You're right. You're right. All right. I won't argue with it. The secret for Project 2X is should be ready in about 2 months from now. Should be ready for unveiling in about 2 months. So keep that timeline in mind. Um, the other thing, it no no no. I gotta keep these hints secret because, like I said, there's not a ton of hints I can give away. All right, I gotta keep them low. I gotta keep them expensive. How about this? We've reached the hour mark, 12:30. But if we do if someone donates another $10, I'll keep going. I'll keep going live. All right, because I'm feeling awake right now, but I could use sleep. But I know certain people want more questions. It's not a it's not a birthday. It's not my birthday. No, it's not my birthday. I'm on my iPhone 10 right now, and I'm thinking back and wondering how I ever used the Windows Phone 7 back in 2012. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Yes, this is BS. I'm the Battlefront 2 of YouTubers. I know. I know. I'm just trying to provide more incentives. Give Project 2X. Yeah. The SE is middle end iPhone. Why would it have Face ID or iOS? Well, of course it would have iOS, but I thought it would make sense because then you could have like 10 at the big event, the 10, everyone gets it. Then to diversify in 2018, they make a smaller but more budget iPhone 10, which would be the 10 mini or whatever. It would be the form factor of a SE and whatnot. And then at the end of the year, you make the Plus model that's more expensive and it's got the better processor and better cameras and stuff. Then 2018 is the year of diversifying the iPhone 10. Anyway. I would say if the iPhone SE had a lot of the 10's features like Face ID and the curved corners and the gesture control and wireless charging and stuff like that, price points would be around $600, which I know a lot of people are like, that's not a budget phone, but at the same time, it's like compared to 1,000, I think a lot more people would go there. Oh, Radical Edward says, keep it going. All right, guys, live stream keeps going because Radical Edward. You can thank him that not that many people had to donate. It's fine. He says, keep it going. You love Space Gray. What's your favorite version of Space Gray? Mine is the Space Gray Apple Watch. It looks like gunmetal color to me. Great question. So everyone say thank you to Radical Edward. He's being very generous tonight. So for that reason alone, and because there's big changes coming, and I'm going to be a bit more aggressive about super chat incentives from here on out. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna donate more. The more you donate, the longer the live stream. How about that? Even if you want to go till 4 in the morning, if you keep donating, I'll do it. Anyway, my favorite version of Space Gray. They're all so good. I'm kind of liking this trend of Space Gray glass. It was kind of unexpected. We assumed that the 10 and the 8 and whatnot, if they had a black version, it would look like jet black. But then they ended up saying things like what was it? Space Gray. Yeah, there's no like jet black version of the 10 or 8. They're kind of this different shade of gray, which I really like, and I like that color scheme. So, but again, it's not on everything, so it doesn't really match that well. Um, you guys like, yeah, I'm gonna say the 10 because I want to see that kind of glassy space gray look on more things. I want to see that on the iPad and the watch and whatnot. I think that'd be cool. Anyway, for you guys saying it's all about the money, it's not. I mean, money is how things get done, and I know I'm probably sounding a bit more money grabby right now. I want you guys to trust me because, again, you do not have to donate. YouTube is free and whatnot. But I need you guys to believe me that the reason I'm being probably a bit more grabby about this right now is because there is a big change coming. It was Project 2X. And the more we can accumulate in the upcoming months, the more we can save, um, the better off it's going to be. And I'm just going to say, you're going to like it. It's going to be worth it. You're going to see this and go, oh, yes. And I think it's safe to say it's probably the biggest project we've ever had. Um, I mean, we've done Newport, which was moving into this office. We had Evergreen, which was the music channel. We had Photon, which was the main channel TCU coming back and stuff. I think 90% of my audience is the tech channel. You guys are gonna like this. Okay, I'm gonna work very, very hard on this, and this money's not going to my pocket. It's not the iMac Pro. The iMac Pro's a given. That's not the unveil. But this is going to change everything. All right. Dang it! I'm giving you too many hints. Are you gonna move from YouTube? I tried to move to Twitch and apply for their monetization program, but they said no. And I think one issue one issue I ran into is that Twitch does not want to monetize me if I don't live stream 3 times a week on Twitch. The issue is no one follows me on Twitch. So we might have to work harder. Oh, for some people saying it's going to be a camera. It's bigger than that. A camera I wouldn't do a top secret project for a camera. It's not a camera. I'm discrediting that right now. I'm not going to be a dad. No, that's not happening. Yeah, Twitch's website, yeah, Scott, it is kind of clunky and ugly. I actually prefer, and I don't say this a lot, but one thing I prefer about the way YouTube sets up their stuff is the super chats are just way easier. There's not some middle ground currency. You can donate like random amounts on you can donate very specific amounts on Twitch and in different currencies and turn them into bits, and then you can turn bits back into value. I like that Google's just like $5, it's green, bingo. $2, it's blue. $100, it's red. It's very simple. Oh, it shut off. Okay. Andrew donated again. Wow. Use Spotify for 2 months. Oh no. Oh my God. Dropping Apple Music for that period. Do a first impressions and then a month later and use it with Google Home Mini. Spotify Premium is only $10. Please don't disappoint. I appreciate the donation. I mean, okay, I'll get Spotify Premium because you said so. But I don't know if it really qualifies me to drop Apple Music. First of all, I'm in a family plan, so that would affect a lot of people. Second of all, I can't stream Spotify Premium to my Apple Watch. I appreciate the donation. I'll get Spotify Premium, okay? But and then a month later and use it with the Google. I don't want you guys to think that via money you can get me to switch to other things, and using money you can get me to switch to a different platform, because even without Spotify Premium or the Google Home Mini, I can tell you why I'm not interested in switching. Okay, so Andrew, I really appreciate the donation, but don't take that as I'm gonna drop Apple. Like, you can donate for me to buy things, but you can't donate for me to stop using services. All right, I hate to bend the rules like that, but I don't think that's fair. Because first of all, like, that affects other people, and there's certain things Spotify Premium cannot do. Another hint? Okay. Another hint because he donated. Yeah, I'd appreciate a more negotiation, more tactic, rather than say, here's $30, stop using this service. Like, I don't want to do that. That gets carried away too quickly. I'll get Spotify Premium though, and try. Another hint because of the $30 would be Project 2X. I'd say, what's a good hint? Okay, a lot of people were asking, does it affect my personal life, or is it a YouTube thing? This is definitely a YouTube thing. This is not Drew's getting married, or Drew's becoming a dad, or he's getting a house. This is YouTube. This is about you guys. I'm not asking for more money so I can have a nice house. That would be a very jerk thing to do. This is stuff that is going directly back into Talos, if not me. It's going directly back into the business and will benefit that and therefore make a better product. That's what this is going to. Okay, there's your next hint. Tailosive is going to have their own iOS running Apple certified customer built T phone that comes with bloatware, including its own app. Also, this version of iOS connects to all Drew Stew's Bluetooth. All Apple all day. Thank you, Sicario. Yes. Yeah, no, that's not what it is. I'm not making my own hardware yet. I would like to one day, but that's decades away, I think. Do extra 2 videos a day? No. Okay, it's not 2 videos a day. No. How bad is the blue shift on iPhone 10? It's barely there. I don't understand anyone who says there's a blue tint. I don't see it at all. I've looked at this from different angles. I've looked at this on different videos and stuff. I can't see it at all. I do not see any, absolutely zero blue tint. When I went to Best Buy and tried the Pixel 2, my God, it was horrible. The blue tint and stuff was just terrible. Just awful. I was literally saying as I was taking the picture, like I took a selfie in the portrait mode thing. It worked well. Like the Pixel 2 does a really great job at masking out the subject when you're taking a portrait shot. The problem was I was looking at it on this terribly blue display and uncrisp, and it was obvious that the colors were lacking. The saturation was way off, and I was way too used to the 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio and the gorgeous colors on the 10 that I was like, oh, I couldn't use that. It's terrible. I haven't had any burn-in on my 10, for those asking. There's no tint on Samsung-built panels, so OnePlus, Samsung, Apple don't have it. Yeah. Some people saying that there was a slight one, and I can't see it at all. I don't see it at all. Some people are saying that all OLED displays have a blue tint, and I haven't noticed that with my Apple Watch at all. It feels like the same kind of watch, the same kind of display on the 10 as the watch. It's great. I don't see any blue whatsoever. I don't see it at all. Try it as much as you can. Don't cancel the app or music. Also, there's a watch app for Spotify, but yeah, Pixel Screen sucks. But does the watch app stream music on cellular? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it does. What I was trying to explain is that the reason I use Apple Music is because I can leave my phone at home or at the office and then go on a walk and stream Apple Music to my AirPods via cellular. And I don't think the Spotify app does that. It's cool, but I don't think it does. But yes, Andrew, you're giving me a grocery list of tech and subscriptions to buy. Donates $900. Buy the Pixel 2. Oh God, is Apple Watch Series 3 non-cellular worth it? My friend got it and he loves it. Yeah, it's worth it for the battery, which is great, and the good price point. Yeah, you get a lot of features out of that. Okay, we're coming up on an hour 15 minutes, which means I'd like to wrap it up. Unless, of course, I'm going to keep incentivizing everyone. Unless, of course, we get another $10, then I'll keep going. You guys can keep me up all night if you want. Go to a white background, and it's easier to see the blue tint. Okay, well, if you're looking for it intentionally... Okay, let me try this. White background, huh? I swear, I'm not lying. I'm not being biased, okay? I swear. I do not see any... Literally nothing. I wonder if it's because I have night shift on? Or something? Let's donate $400 and go till 4 a.m. If someone donates $400, I will live stream till 4 a.m. Easily. Someone donates $200, I'll go till 4. How about that? I swear I don't see anything. I swear. Project 2X. Drew announces that Tim Cook is his uncle, and Tim is handing Drew the keys to Apple exclusively. Oh, that would be cool. Sadly, I don't think it's that exciting, but it's still very exciting. It's the biggest project we've ever had. I'm thinking about getting an Apple Watch, but is it worth it for you? I have to say that in terms of ranking my Apple products, like after the iPhone, what would be the next thing I buy? Apple Watch is really, really up there because this thing is always on me. Literally, like it's always on. and I'm always using it all the time, responding to text, changing music, like especially with AirPods, they work really great. And now that I don't need the phone on me for it to work, it's just been great. I have nothing but great things to say about it. I felt like a lot of Apple's innovations started with the watch. You know, it's the first time they were kind of implementing OLED. They had tap to wake, same size bezel all the way around, and a lot of that Apple Watch technology was moved on to the 10, and the 10 adopted it, and it just kind of started with the watch all that time ago. I love it. Uh, I have nothing but good things to say about the watch. It is an accessory. Keep that in mind. It's not meant to replace your phone, but it just as its own product, I think it does a great job. He's buying a disguise to break into Apple headquarters as a janitor. Nope, that's not it either. I'm sorry. Wrong again. Nah, 4 p.m. though. Oh, 4 p.m. No, I don't think I can do that. I've got plans tomorrow. Are you hyped for your fan game? Is in 4 p.m. I can't do p.m. guys. No matter how much you donate, I'm sorry. Do you use HomeKit? I don't. It's we talked about this before. The thing is, I can't. They're kind of pricey products, and I'm not totally against pricey products. I think pricey products are worth it when they do something. The problem is, um, expensive products that don't change very much in your life. And I feel like HomeKit, while convenient, does not change my life very much because I don't think light switches or blinds or doors are very complicated. I don't turn on a light and think that could have been more intuitive. Like it's pretty freaking intuitive to just flip a switch and now you can see. Trying to shrink that into less time is kind of redundant to me. It's like flipping a switch. That didn't take much time. If you're in the room, you're near the switch. It doesn't take much to switch. Whereas instead, grabbing your phone, going to Control Center, and turning it on, is that how much time does that save? Really? Like it is the act. I feel like that action's more complicated. I feel like it would take more time. And people are like, no. You can change lights or blinds or whatever uh, while you're on your phone, so you don't have to get up. And it's like, why would I turn the lights on for a place that I'm not in? And again, the watch. If you have an Apple Watch, it's going to tell you to stand up anyway. I think turning lights on isn't. I mean, that act. We're talking about flipping a switch. Is that really something that needs to be replaced by a phone? Honestly, like I don't know. I can understand why it's convenient, but I'm saying not that not that useful. It's not useful enough. It needs to be more useful. I do use Animoji often. A lot of people are asking that. I use Animojis pretty fairly often, not necessarily to send to people, but I just have to say like um, to all the family members that have come up here for Thanksgiving and they're visiting because everyone's on break right now. With all my family members, I hand my 10 over to them and show them Animoji, and everyone just loves it. Everyone gets a kick out of it, and they laugh and they try the different characters, and I use it a lot. Yeah, I love it. I just got the time to stand notification. There it is again. Okay. What do you think about micro LED? It's the future. They got to figure out how to make it efficiently. But yeah, once they do, I think that'll be the next step after OLED. Yep. I really want to know if you saw the Mac Mini with Touch Bar rumors. I did, Shrek. I thought that was an interesting concept. I don't think that's something they would do because I don't think they're trying to encourage the Touch Bar to be the next thing. Everything will have Touch Bar. I think the Touch Bar was just a step closer to removing the keys entirely. But I did think that was really creative. It's not something I considered. The idea that the Mac Mini wouldn't be a box, it would be like this long pill shaped thing with a touch screen on it that would act as a touch bar, and you'd put it at the top of your keyboard. And then all the Mac Mini components would be stuffed in there. It was creative. I gave props to the guy who I give props to whoever it was who designed that thing. That was really cool. That was really neat. Soft shell or hard shell tacos? I like that gordita crunch from Taco Bell. That's a soft shell wrapping a hard shell. That's like my favorite taco. And you can say, what does a fox say with a fox? That's true. Micro LED already packs whopping 1200 pixels per inch. Wow. I feel like Apple won't be the first to that, but that sure is cool. And it's probably useless. You're not going to notice. You can say what. I'm not sure what the fan game is. Sorry. I don't I don't know what that is exactly. Isn't it weird for Apple to not use their patented display tech, micro LED, and it's been about years of their creation. I think they'll introduce it on 2020. Yeah, it's great. Again, the competition will catch up. The worst thing about the Surface Studio is the computer being built into the base. If you spill your drink on the table, it ruins the computer. I guess. I mean, the better thing is don't spill your drink. But yeah, I did think that one advantage the Surface Studio could have had is that since the base is down here, they could have put all the ports on the front. I have to say that's iMacs are great, but by far one of the most common complaints with an iMac is that all the ports are facing away from you, and that's awkward to plug things in. Surface Studio had the chance to put all the ports on the front, and they put it on the back. In fact, it's on the bottom on the back, so it's even harder to reach. It's like, come on, you were so close. It also makes it harder for people who want to mount Macs like into their walls, like with the Visa mount. I guess you can do that with the Studio, but you have to have the two separate pieces, like the big box with all the components and the monitor. You have to mount that too. Whereas the iMac, you can just mount the whole thing. I don't know. The day Final Cut and Logic go to the iPad is the day iPad is my main driver. I'm hope so. Hmm. Oh! Someone was asking, Drew. Dumb question, but should I talk to Apple if there's no music coming out of the left speaker on my iPhone 10? That's the mic. That is not a speaker. The grill here is a microphone. I know that it's symmetrical, but this is not a speaker. Okay, this is a speaker. This is a speaker. These two should be working, but this bottom piece is the microphone. A lot of people didn't know that. I'm just clearing that up for you. Why 18 cores in the iMac Pro? No, no, no. The better response is why not? Because speed, right? I don't think Touch ID will come back, no. And no, I don't think the iPhone 10 is overpriced. Do you watch slash enjoy Linus Tech Tips? I don't. I've tried to watch his videos before. It's just a style I don't appreciate. He's into very different things than me. It's almost different genre than me. I wouldn't consider. I mean, we review tech stuff, but he's like probably the polar opposite of me. The Galaxies have an unfixable problem, and that is Android. Yeah, yeah. Andrew, stop donating money to Andrew. No, don't. Uh, Apple Watch Series 3 non-cellular worth it if you have S2 Nike. I don't know enough about the S2 Nike, but I'm going to say yes because I've used the S2, the Gear S2. I don't know what the Nike version is, but oh no. But still, I'd really recommend the Series 3. It's a great watch. Best wearable. Best possible wearable. Project 2X Andrew is switching to the Pixel 2 XL and the entire Google ecosystem. I'm getting Google-fied. Yeah, because demonetization was so bad. If you were forced to make an upgrade to the iMac Pro, which would you choose? That's a great question, and I would easily say the storage. I'm not worried about the 8-core processor being too slow. I'm not worried about there not being enough RAM. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about running out of storage. I look at all the specs and I'm like, that's more than I need. That's more than I need. But then it gets to 1 TB, and I'm like, I'll fill that up. I will easily fill that up very, very quickly. So if I had to upgrade one thing, it would be the storage. I'd get the 2 TB option or the 4 TB option. But of course, that's a ton of money. I think adding 2 TB would be an extra $800. So instantly, just $6,000 instead of five. Yeah, I'm tired, but you guys keep donating, and as long as you keep donating, I'll keep live streaming. That's the deal. I want to work harder for you guys. I want to interact more. I don't want to limit myself to an hour because I want to open up the possibility that we can raise more money for Project 2X because it'll be worth it. It will be worth it. Favorite YouTube non-tech channel? Ready, go. Red Letter Media. Even the channels I watch the most religiously are not tech channels. I don't watch a lot of tech channels, actually. $400 to 3 hours more stream. Yeah, I will hold you to that, and not even 400. If someone were to donate $200, I would live stream till 4 in the morning. I would, no joke. Webcam on MacBook. Why don't they update it? I don't know. I don't know why they wanted to bring up the webcam on the iMac Pro. It's like it has so much premium features, like 1080p in the webcam, and I was like, what? What? Like you're gonna point out that with all these premium features, who got a 1080p webcam? I'm actually curious though. How does that look? Is it like better than usual, or is it just like I guess it's a little more crisp? I thought about like maybe when we get the iMac Pro, we could live stream from that, because the FaceTime camera is so good, and then I can read the chat on that rather than having a camera over here. This takes a lot of wires, by the way. Like it takes this dongle. I have to plug in the power to the MacBook Pro, and then I have to plug in the microphone into the adapter, the camera via USB into the adapter, and then there's a power cable going to that camera. There's like a total like 6 wires to make this possible. You should use Turo and rent a Tesla, review it. Oh, that'd be cool. We're actually Oroville's very, very far from Tesla stations and equipment and stuff, but yeah. Do you have anything to do tomorrow? I do. First of all, I have content for you guys to make. I feel like I'm always perpetually behind on the other channels because tech is most important. I also have family from Thanksgiving is still here, so we're going to visit with them later in the evening. My girlfriend doesn't get off work till 3:30, so that's why I'm okay with staying up till 4 if you guys want me to. Um, are we getting to if we are we going to get group FaceTime? No, the project is not a Tesla, guys. The Tesla is far away. Um, I think one of the reasons they kept out group FaceTime is because there's already so much lag and latency with voice chat already. Why video chat already? Why would you want to make that worse? Why would you want to extend that to more people? And I don't really FaceTime that many people, and I feel like if I FaceTime multiple people, it would just get more confusing. Plus, there's other apps that do that already. Like, why do you need it to be built in native? It's not a common enough. It's not a common enough problem to be like something they need to add. But anyway, he's moving to England. No, I'm sorry. Well, that would be cool. I'm not moving to England. He still hasn't denied it. Tailosive 2.0. I don't know what that means. So I guess you could be right, because I don't know what the definition of that is. I don't think Apple leather cases are worth the price, no. I think that leather scuffs a little too easily. When you scratch it the wrong way, it becomes extremely noticeable. So that's why I wouldn't recommend them. But the silicone ones, I think they age really well. Sometimes they can get a little bit marky, but you can just wash them, you can wipe them off, and they'll look perfectly clean. Perfectly clean. I love it. What are your thoughts on EA? Oh God, do we really want to go there? Do I really want to upset? I've already upset so many of my fans tonight. They're like, he's asking for money. How dare he? We really want to talk about the EA stuff with Battlefront, especially. Oh man, to make matters worse. I don't know. Let's not go there. This is tech primarily. What's the best case for the iPhone? It's the silicone cases. I've got 2 of these. I got a blue cobalt one and a black silicone case because that's what we voted for on Twitter. I was like, which silicone case should I get? And I got the 2 highest voted ones. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, you should, because you get to decide on how I spend my money sometimes. Not all of the time, sometimes. Talk about EA after a certain amount of super chat. That'd be irony. Okay, so yeah, since EA has loot boxes, I'll talk about EA for $20. Irony. There you go. Tell me how to donate. Go to a browser. Leave the YouTube mobile app and go to Safari and then go to YouTube. Keep asking for money. Last I checked, entertainment is your job. If they don't understand, let them unsubscribe. I still want you guys... I don't want everyone to feel like they have to give. That's not my intention at all. Like, my favorite YouTube channel is Red Letter Media. I don't donate to them on Patreon. I mean, they don't live stream, so I don't super chat. But I don't give to them directly. I want the people who don't donate to realize how important they are. The people that just watch, to those of you out there, the people who just watch the videos, that's all they do. With ads or without ads, hopefully through YouTube Red, that helps. Okay, that there's lots of different ways I make money on YouTube, but by far the biggest one is just ad revenue, which is why demonetization is such an annoying problem. If demonetization wasn't a problem, I probably wouldn't be asking you guys for this kind of thing. Um, but it's it's I want to provide incentives for those who do, um, but I also don't mean to shame you if you don't want to donate. That's perfectly fine. I never go after people who delete their Patreon pledges, and sometimes there's big problems with that. Like we'll get someone um, donating like 50 a month, 20 a month on Patreon. And it's like, oh great, this is going really well, and then all of a sudden they'll delete it. And for a small YouTuber like me, and I'm dealing with demonetization and money issues, like that that kind of hurts. And you kind of want to ask, like, did I say something? Did I forget something? Am I doing something wrong? Is there a reason you delay? I don't do that. I never will message someone afterwards and say like, hey, come back to Patreon. What's wrong? What did you do? It's like, it's totally charity basically. I mean, except the charity is a business. It's making content. Yeah, EA should hire me. It'd be great. It's interesting. Like this probably sounds cringy, but I don't care. It's late. Um, it's interesting how like we'll get viewers that are like 200, 220, and they kind of go around like this, and then all of a sudden they go, and they'll suddenly like drop. Like here it is. At 12:38 a.m. we had 239 viewers. Then suddenly drops down to 133 in 1 minute, and I'm like, what did I do? Did I say something? Did the live stream crash? And here we are coming up again. Now we're back at 202. It gives me live data. It's different for all of you. It looks different every time. But no. How much do we need to super chat for you to dab? I don't know. I'm feeling like EA. Don't feel the need to donate. EA equals tech. You don't need the need, but I mean, Talos of Tech is not a game, you guys. It's not like you become more of you become a better Apple Sheep fan if you donate to this. It's not how it works. What's your Twitter handle? Take a wild guess, Randy. Talos of Tech. Mm. And now it's going up again. It's like viewers are going. What happened? Like what? Why does everyone drop for some reason? Uh, everyone leave at once for the lulls. Just everyone just. Oh yes, I'm still gritting back. What phone would you get if you couldn't get the iPhone? Probably Samsung. They make the best stuff. Yes, I want you to program me a game and then send it to me when it's done. You may be the guy I've been reading about who's been working on a game, but I don't need to get every tiny little update in the process. Talo Andrew is not my Twitter. I used to have a Twitter that was just my personal account. I don't use Talo Andrew at all now. I am completely on Talos of Tech. All praise the speaker that destroyed the iPad Pro. Yes, it's mushing it. It's glorious. Screw it. Thoughts on the new Motorola ad? I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. Okay, there's still people who don't know about the guy who donated for the iPhone 8 Plus. First of all, he said he wanted the 8 Plus when he donated. We got the 8 Plus. Then he messaged me and said, I don't want the 8 Plus. So he said, okay, what do you want? And he said, the 8. So I said, okay, when I get my 10, I'll order the iPhone 8 for you. I tried to order the iPhone 8. My bank didn't want me to because I was spending so much money at once. So I reimbursed the fan who donated that money for the 8 Plus. I have the screenshots to prove it if you want to sue me, so don't go there. And I also paid him back with interest. I paid him back more than he donated. Plus, I didn't even get all of his donation because Google took a piece of it. So he made money off of me. I think he made something like $70 off of that super chat because he got all that money back. So just to be clear, I don't want people thinking I ripped off one of you fans. You guys mean the world to me. Everything's about you to me. So Can you own a part of Tailosive? I don't. I don't think I'm ready to go there yet. I don't know what that would mean exactly, and that's probably not something we should. It's probably not something we should discuss over live stream. I tweeted you a side by side with Blue Shift. No way, Radical Edward. Did you? Let me see this. Evidence of Blue Shift. It is minor, but it's also real. I left True Tone on because it doesn't matter how much, but Night Shift is off. It's not a software thing, though. It's hardware. I just think that's not blue. That's just white. It's not. I wouldn't call that display blue. I don't know. I mean, thank you for trying. Wow, a lot of people following me on Twitter now. I mean, it looks more like it's not a blue tint. It's just True Tone is getting turned off at different orientations. That's what it looks more like. It's not really Blue Shift. It's just the True Tone thing deactivating. I'll buy the entire Tailosive network for £3. Oh my god, that's a good deal. What do you think of Face ID? Do you think Apple is going to bring back Touch ID? No, I think Face ID is the future. They're going to put that on everything. Twist, Drew is colorblind. No, no, I'm not. Oh, that'd be actually kind of sad. That would make sense. The blue wall and the blue Nike band and everything. Like, look at these perfectly matching watch bands. Oh my god. I'm just making fun of all the colorblind people today. You know what I can't. What do colorblind people do at stoplights? It's like, well, they can tell which light it's coming from. It's like, okay, then why do we color them at all? I can't. I don't know. Does the wall look white, Drew? No, it looks blue. I'm not colorblind. I can read those colorblind tests too. Anyway, so I know. Who in your will to take over the channel if you die a death? If I died a death, is that a thing? What happened? He died of death. He died a harsh death. Who would take over? I haven't decided on that. Would anyone have access? That's a better question. I think I have passwords to my accounts that no one would know. So if I died, like they'd all be locked up and no one could get to them. The wall has this has Blue Shift. I I don't know. Maybe Xander. Bet he could do it. Maybe. Maybe Nick. I don't know. I feel like they'd be more overwhelmed with that, and they have other things in life they want to work on. I wouldn't drop them, my entire fan base, and say good luck. It probably wouldn't happen, to be honest. If I died, I think it would be safe to say Tailosive dies too. You could just assume that. I feel like if someone else tried to take my place, first of all, it'd be very sad, and it wouldn't be the same. So you guys wouldn't really enjoy it. I'd almost say it as like, what's the point? Maybe someday. I just saying that I do all of the work for Tailosive basically. I mean, Dan does his videos. That's about it. But I mean, Xander's busy with life and other things, and he doesn't edit or make anything. Wyatt does the incredibly average gameplay things like once every other week or something. It's just not much of it his time. And Nick has a job. He's doing other things, and I wouldn't want Nick to suddenly cancel his whole career so he could cover for me. Like I don't. But I'm saying like perhaps one day if Tailosiv's big enough and the network has enough people in it, when that day comes, it's like okay, yeah, someone I'll have to start looking for a replacement. But at that point, so much of Tailosive will be in its own cycle. Well, you know who could take over is my editor Nathan, who I'll be meeting up with really soon. I'm excited for. But he gets me and he knows how to edit the videos, and I'd probably just like have all my belongings be inherited onto him, and then he could try his best to keep going. But again, like it wouldn't be the same. It'd be hard to move on, and we'd probably lose a big chunk of the audiences. You caught me live for the first time. Yeah, this is a longer live stream than usual, but you guys have been incredibly generous recently in your donations, so I feel like I need to treat you for it. Does Apple do anything for Cyber Monday? I honestly don't get the point with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It's like there's deals all the time. There's deals every other day on Amazon that are great. What's the point? Like every time I go on to Amazon for Black Friday, it's like, oh, that's 10% off. Oh, that's 20% off. Wonderful. Great. Um, yeah, and Cyber Monday, now it's online. It's like everything was online already. It's like most of retail shopping's online now. What's the difference? Um, no, I'm not leaving the channel. Sorry, you probably joined at a bad time. I'm here to stay, guys. I'm working on making the channel better. 2018 is going to be a big year for Tailosive, just from the start, the very beginning, with Project 2X. Tons of things. Tons of things are changing. Who keeps writing that? Tailosive 2.0 is a revamp, like from 7 plus to 10. Quality of video expansion, wide in scope. And like it just admitted, Tailosive being in its own cycle, it's progress I'm down for. Well, that's kind of broad. It's saying there's revamps, which is, I guess, technically true, but it's a big deal. Yes, it affects. Yeah, it's a big deal. People who go out to stores for Black Friday are idiots. Yeah, I don't. I've never done it. Here in Orville, I guess it's just not that big a deal. I didn't go to Walmart. I didn't go to Walmart today. Well, yesterday was Black Friday, but at the same time, um, there were people that were at Walmart, and they were like, it was just a normal day. There weren't lines or anything. You spent the equivalent of my weekly budget on donations. Gonna go hit by a car. Oh God, don't do that. Don't get hit by a car. But thank you for your donations. I'm sorry that. Sadly, there's not like a refund button, but I don't. I also don't want that to be a button because then it gets awkward very fast because someone donates 100 and then says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to do that." What gives you a bigger chunk, Patreon or Super Chat? Patreon, definitely. Every time you guys donate in Super Chat, Google takes a fairly large, like 30 to 40% of it. Um, and that's like, I don't try to make you guys account for that. Like, when you donate $30 for a Google Home Mini, I'll buy the Google Home Mini. Like, I'm not getting 100% of the product covered, but I'll cover it because you're donating that much. It's coming out of your account, so you should see that result. You shouldn't have to pay extra because of Google. Whereas Patreon, I think once a month there's a fee of like 25 cents. It's nothing. With Patreon, all goes directly to me. So that is better. Do you think the 13-inch MacBook is good for video editing 4K? If you're editing in Final Cut Pro, yes. Premiere, not so much. Final Cut Pro, it'll do great. Andrew says, Lamau, just good memes, don't feel bad. Yes. The memes. So spicy memes, yes. Don't let the Google Home listen to you. I'm sorry. You guys spent the money on it already. I have to get the Google Home Mini now. What happened to all your old Macs? I still have them. They're not... I can't fit them on these minimalist shelves, but I still have the old Macs. They're back in the old house, and I still have access to them. I didn't throw them out or anything. I think maybe they'll make an appearance soon. I don't know. I have a crap Samsung, but I can't decide whether iPhone 7 or 8 is best. Well, 8 is best, but one's a better deal. Pin them up. It'd be rather difficult to pin up old Macs. They're very heavy, and these don't hold a lot of weight. They're kind of resting on these just little screws in the wall. Won't let me send a web address, but let's check out Taylor's Tech on Twitter. What? Did you tag me on something? Last try, I promise. Okay. He's talking about the blue tint again from Radical Edward. This is with True Tone off, night shift off, and exposure and focus locked. I mean, there's a very specific conditions to say there's blue tint. I'm not trying to say you're not seeing it. Maybe I am colorblind, but uh, I just it's like, so when you make your entire iPhone 10 screen white, turn off night shift, turn off True Tone, and then tilt it and look at it from an awkward angle, it looks a little bluer. Darn. I'm really glad that all the YouTubers had to bring that up. I'm really glad that they were like, this is a problem with the 10. There's a minor blue tint. How much for 2X again? Here's a better deal. No, it isn't. Okay. For hints, I do $15. If you donate $15, I'll give you another hint. Um, However, if someone were here's the winner takes all. Someone were to donate. No, no, this is too big. I Okay, fine. Anything can be bought. If someone were to super chat $1,000, I would just tell you what it is and say no secret, which would be two $500 donations. If someone did that, which no one's going to, but if someone did, I would tell you and say no top secret project or anything. Anyway, I don't have to worry about that. It's not happening. Cheers for the answer to New Zealand. So, would you purchase the 7 at 128 gigabytes? I mean, obviously, if that's more in your deal, if that's more affordable, then great. But yeah, I'm still saying the 8's a better phone. I mean, if you're saying which is best, 8's best, but more money. 7's cheaper. I've heard the 7's selling really, really well, which is interesting. How much to take the stream mobile and fill up your car? I just filled my car up with gas, but I can't make the stream mobile because the camera's tied to the wall with cables. Um, I could start live streaming from my phone, but that's kind of complicated. Goodness, I don't know. Something in. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So $200. Drew, I'll give you a hug. That, sir, is priceless. That is true, but you're not here, so. And then suddenly Randy jumps out from behind and says, "Yes, it is. Mac Pro or iMac Pro? Oh, come on, easily iMac Pro. The Mac Pro. Everyone hates the iMac Pro. Tell us if would you take $1 million and kill your fans or lose $100? Wait, what? Or lose $100 and everyone lives. Easily lose $100 and everyone lives. Oh my God, I would never kill a fan unless they were threatening me and I was acting out in self-defense. Jesus. Thanks for taking the time to play along with fans. You're welcome. You guys are being so generous tonight. I got to treat you. I want to spoil all of you. We're going longer than usual, I know, but I'm awake and you guys like talking to me and you always seem upset when the stream ends. If you don't want to keep watching the stream, just leave. It's that easy. Are you keeping the speaker? Yes, this is here to stay. This will work alongside the HomePod. The HomePod will be the it is a non-moving speaker, and that'll be good sounding, and that'll pair to my devices when I need it to. And this will be what I can take with me. It's a mobile speaker. It's waterproof. It's got a battery in it. Sounds great. I'm assuming the HomePod will sound better, and of course it'll have Siri built in. And part of the reason I'm getting the HomePod is because it's an Apple product. It's a new Apple product, and I'm the Apple sheep, so I figure if you guys are watching an Apple Sheep channel, you should know his thoughts on the Apple products that are coming out. Anyway, why the HomePod? Because it's Apple. It's Apple. What exactly keeps Qi chargers from wireless charging iPhone 7 and earlier? Well, Qi charging uses a certain amount of magnetivity, and the 7, since it is made of aluminum, it prevents that magnetic field from being contact. That's why switching to glass, from what I believe, allows wireless charging because magnetic fields can work through glass, whereas they're interrupted by the aluminum. Yeah. Bert says he just donated? On what, Patreon? Can we check? Drew only cares about money. We're refreshing. Oh, congratulations, Ethan Koo, new Patreon donor. Thank you very much. Makes a big difference for me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, they'll have the HomePod in Apple stores, but probably not until they're available. I don't think they'll have them in December. Drew ain't a scientist. I know I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just saying it had to do something with what the magnetic fields can transfer through. I just know that they weren't capable of putting wireless charging into a metal design, so they had to switch to glass. That's all I know. Do you sleep in the office or in the green room? No, I do not sleep at the office. I get tired sometimes and I'll take a nap, but I live at home. Shout out, please. Stig. Do you think Samsung will call the next Galaxy 10? Oh no. Can we just keep something consistent? Like Galaxy S9, come on. Stay in order. The Note line screwed up, the iPhone line screwed up. We don't need more complicated lineups. Okay, we've done S6, S7, S8. Let's do S9. All right, just keep it consistent. Ooh, thanks, mate. Thinking about getting the iPhone 8 for $600, but is it worth it? I think it is. I think that's the cheapest new iPhone this year. That's really, really nice. I haven't used the 8. I used the 8 Plus, but the regular 8, I'm sure it's standard and it does exactly what it says it does, but it's probably the least exciting. I mean, no portrait mode, either direction, same design. It's got the glass back for cheap charging, but I guess if you're against the Plus and you don't take a lot of pictures and you're an Apple sheep, it's kind of getting a narrow audience, isn't it? That base model iPhone, I bet, doesn't sell very well at all. Do you think Google could make a free video editing service? I think that would make a big difference in the Chromebook lineup if they could, because right now there's nothing on the Play Store. How do you donate on Patreon? Well, you go to Patreon and then search Taylosive, and I'm there. I want to sleep, but people keep donating. Dang it, you can just sleep, you know. You don't have to keep watching. How can you afford all the phones, iPads, and MacBooks? I have to say, it's really just from you guys. Watching the videos, donating, and Super Chat is what makes all this possible. I'm not a stockbroker. I'm not rich. I don't gamble. It's none of that. I literally am running this business myself. I'm trying to spend money the best way I can to make the biggest difference. Everything costs money. It's the Wi-Fi, the garbage service, the power bill, the rent, everything. Everything costs money, including these products. Proudest moment of 2017. Watching the iPhone 10 get unveiled was pretty fun. Also, probably most exciting, though, was the pre-order stream. When we were on the trending page, we had close to 3,000 people watching, and I thought I lost it because I didn't know someone else's social security number, and I thought I was going to lose it. But luckily, I have it here. It worked out. Everything's just fine. But what if HomePod sounds worse than the speaker you have now? That will suck. And that's entirely possible. You know, sound quality is subjective to a lot of people. Some people like it. Some people don't. I love AirPods. Some people hate AirPods. Like, it's all subjective. So it's entirely possible that the HomePod could sound worse than this. And I'd be like, wow, this wasn't worth it. Why are you live streaming at 1:30 in the morning? Because while it may be 1:30 in the morning for me, it's not for the rest of the world. There's a ton of fans I have overseas. And for them, oh yeah, then just refund the HomePod. I want to reach that audience too. Do you think YouTube is demonetizing videos where you are positive towards Apple to silence the competition? There is no consistency in what they demonetize. It's entirely random. I pre-ordered while watching the stream, worried for you. They will demonetize things that aren't even done uploading, which means they can't even say what the content is. They will demonetize videos about... They demonetize basically everything on the Talks channel, which is me talking about my old job. So I used to work at a mandarin ranch. Demonetized. And it's also random because I'll make a video about why I don't like the Google Pixel Buds. I'm like, these are stupid. That didn't get demonetized yet. It might be now. I'll check it really quick. You have to constantly be checking these things. Like, I love how YouTube's like, we're going to send you an email every time someone comments on your videos. Luckily, I turned that off a long time ago. But at the same time, it's like, we're going to send you an email to every time someone comments and every time someone subscribes. We'll notify you via email. But when we demonetize one of your videos and now your livelihood isn't making money anymore, we're not going to let you know. It's just going to happen and you're not going to know about it. So you have to just be constantly checking. You don't get an alert when you've been demonetized. Also, an issue is... yes, I'm still streaming. Also, an issue is they can approve a video after it's been reviewed and say, like, no, this is advertiser friendly, the bot messed up. And then after that, demonetize it again. I've had that happen. It's a very broken system. They will demonetize their own stuff. Did you guys see that article on Twitter? They don't put ads on it. They're not taking money away. Yeah. No, I mean YouTube loses when they demonetize too. They don't get the money either. Which again, I don't care that we're both getting affected by it. Some people were trying to bring that up. It's like, YouTube doesn't get the money when they demonetize. It's like, okay, I don't care. I it's like what if what if you were doing the same job, working the same pay, and then all of a sudden okay, you're clarifying for someone else. Is that you're getting the same pay, and then all of a sudden it drops. And you're now getting paid half as much. It's like, why am I not getting paid as much? And then you tell them, well, your coworker isn't getting paid as much either. It's like, okay, that doesn't make the situation any better. It's like, I want YouTube to make money off of my videos. They require a lot of YouTube requires a lot of server space, a lot of work. I'm sure it requires money to run YouTube. I absolutely believe that. Don't demonetize videos that are advertiser friendly. It's that simple. Like you can make money on me. That's fine. I support that. Matron says, "Would you buy an iPhone 2G?" Now that they're incredibly expensive, no. I had a fan contact me about one that says I have a couple and I would send you some to just do videos on and then send them back. So I would do that. I would do a video about them, but no. If there was a 2G and it was like $500 really quick, I wouldn't buy it. It's not worth it. I don't buy things to collect. I collect my old technology and other people's old technology when they don't need them anymore. I'll collect that. I won't buy things for a collection. Don't slip. Don't slip. No. So yeah, I'd love to play. I've never once used or looked at or interacted with an iPhone 2G. Never once. Never seen one. Never used one. If I did though, it'd be cool. I'd like to try it. It'd be like, oh yeah, neat. Never called the original iPhone the 2G. Why do people always say that? I don't know. It's faster than saying original iPhone. I'm all for shorter names, possible. Like your videos, keep up the good work. I will. Thank you. Because of you guys watching and you guys donating, that is all possible. And it's only going to get better. I will improve. I'm learning from Marquez. Except without the bias towards Google part. More like iPhone OG. Because it only ran on a 2G network. Okay, that makes sense. Road to 2 hour live stream. Yeah, when was the last time we did that? I'm thinking about doing like a fundraiser live stream for the iMac Pro. Maybe on the gaming channel or something. But like making it a big deal. I don't know. Do you ever use iPhone 4? I never owned one. I have an old one now that my friends don't use. They were like, "Hey, I don't need this. You want it?" And I just took it. But I don't use it for anything. I don't have a 30-pin cable to charge it. So the battery's dead and I can't do anything with it. So buy some camera gear, man, and do some fancy video editing. Like eventually, yes, that will take place. Is it called 3G instead of iPhone 2? Ever watch Good Mythical Morning? I do. They get a little bit formulaic, but I shouldn't really be saying that because I'm formulaic too. But yeah, I like Good Mythical Morning. I watch a lot of them. Quite a bit of them. I'm not subscribed, but every once in a while, I'll go over there and just binge. Net neutrality, yes. I don't want that law to get passed. I'm with the majority here. Like it sucks, but sadly, there's not much we can do about it. I have bloody hundreds of 30-pin chargers. I bet a lot of people do. It was before my time. I owned one product that used the 30-pin. My second product, okay, two Apple products used the 30-pin connector that I owned. After that, switched to Lightning. My first phone was the iPhone 5. So even my first phone. Before that, it was an iPod. Before that, my first Apple product was an iPod Nano 4G, and then a iPod Touch 4G. Both of those used 30 pins, obviously, and then after that, everything was Lightning. Favorite Red Letter Media character? You gotta go Mike. Mike Stoklasa is hilarious. He's the reason I'm there. He's the reason I watch them. What's the worst decision Apple has ever made? Interesting question, Alex Garcia. Oh, let's see. Naming schemes, pretty bad, pretty dumb decision making. Keeping the headphone jack on certain products for some reason. Um, I would say pricing the iPhone 10 at 1,000 was a big mistake. I think they should have priced it much higher. Not the worst decision though. I mean, that's fine. That's cheaper. Everyone would have been mad. Anyway, we hit 2 hours. Yay! Cool. Yeah, lightning port on the bottom of Magic Mouse 2. That's pretty dumb. Yeah, I can't really point at one thing. There's a lot of little things though, for sure. Making a $300 book, that was stupid, but I mean, at the same time, smart because they knew people would buy it. They were right. I mean, they know their audience. Worst decision was to fire Steve Jobs. I mean, they had cause to. He was investing a ton of money into things that weren't really doing that well, and he was being kind of a jerk to a lot of people. Um, I don't think it was completely wrong to fire him. Obviously, they needed him in the long run, but I think that was more because the people that filled in for Steve, excuse me, were just not as innovative. They couldn't think like he could. They needed his brain, but he was definitely surrounded in kind of a jerk personality that a lot of them didn't like, and made a lot of decisions for Apple that did not make financial sense. So I can understand why they did it, but it wasn't just that decision that made them fall downhill. It was a lot of stupid planning and a lot of like. Obviously, Steve Jobs is gone now, and I think Apple's still doing just as fine. And I think that if Steve Jobs were still alive, it wouldn't be much different than what it is today. I think Apple's doing a great job. Like they finally caught up to, um, they've finally caught up to what Steve Jobs how he would have liked things, and they're kind of carrying out his vision. I think. What if Apple made over-ear headphones with USB-C targeted for premium audio? That'd be cool. I mean, it'd be kind of weird to be competing directly with a company they own, but yeah, that'd be interesting. What's your favorite thing to do with free time? If I have free time, work on videos. I mean, that's what I do most of the time is work on my business and stuff. That's about it. Ladies Man Steve says, when foldable displays come to phones, how will you want the iPhone to fold? I don't. I think they're making patents for that. I don't think it means it's going to happen. Probably this way, down the middle, like a taco. Someone else just donated on Patreon. They said, let's see who it is. $50 pledged by Thomas. My goodness. That's an incredibly generous donation. Thank you very much. You gotta DM me on Patreon your channel URL, and then I can mod you, give you a shout out. I'm not a sports guy. Sorry. I know a lot of people are into the sports, but no, I don't watch any of them. Thomas Monks. I'm gonna hope that's you. As long as I can verify, all you have to do is DM me on Patreon with your channel URL, and then I'll add you as a mod. For those of you who don't know, that's one of the perks of donating on Patreon. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very generous. You guys are making this possible. Guys, seriously, Project 2X, I'm excited for. Wyatt is excited for it. Nick is excited for it. Like, this is big. And you guys are making it possible tonight with all of your insane donations. I watched 15-second ad before this video. It isn't demonetized. Hallelujah. Thank you. The Google bots have blessed us. What is it? I think I'll still stick to I'll stick to my deal. Hints cost $15, so if you donate $15 in a single donation, then I'll give you a hint, and I'll still allow the grand prize at the top, which is if there's some crazy thing about if there's some crazy fan out there who doesn't even care and just says, I'll donate, and just says I'll donate whatever it takes. I'm saying the price point is $1,000 in super chat, breaking all the records, which I know no one's gonna do, but I just like having funny goals like that. If someone were to donate a grand in super chat, I would just tell you what it is, live to everyone. I wouldn't uh, give you a hint or anything. I would just remove the secrecy. Now everyone knows what it is. And I gotta tell you, it's exciting. It's amazing. Setting up the super chat market, absolutely. It's time. What if you donate 100,000? I have to work something out. Yes, don't guys. Obviously, this is a joke. You don't. You should not actually do that. You should not actually donate that much money. But I'm just saying, if someone did, that would be my response. Okay. Project 2X. iPhone 2G. No, that's different. Emojis are disturbing on Windows, yeah. What did someone say? We're gonna donate. Oh yeah, obviously, if you donate that much, it'd probably be better through PayPal. If you didn't want to use Super Chat, you can PayPal me on my email address. If you donate $50, he will sing Despacito. Did I say that? When did I say that? I thought it was All Star. What if we all earn a total of $1,000 in the chat? Shoot. That'd be a little bit confusing to keep track of because I know all the donations would be like $10. Somebody. Is that what we're agreeing to? We're agreeing that if someone donates $50, I'll sing Despacito. Desperate times. I mean, sure. I saw Justice League and Thor. Justice League was hilariously bad, and Thor was fine. It was fun. Thoughts on Apple Airport? I have an old one. It works pretty well, but it definitely sucks a lot of the internet. What's your least favorite thing about the concept of the HomePod? What are you not looking forward to? My least favorite thing is that it's not mobile. I was really hoping that if Apple made a speaker, you could take it with you. And I'm really loving that about this is that, you charge it, obviously, but you can take it wherever. So it's like, oh, yeah, it's really loud. Let me grab it and bring it into this room and pair it to the TV and then take it into this room and play it here. Instead, to do that, you have to buy 4 HomePods to make that happen. Whereas if it was mobile, it would be easier. So I don't like that it's stationary. But if Apple says the primary feature is that it sounds amazing, I believe them. What do you have to say about the rumor that Apple's going to start selling apples? Why don't you work at the Apple store? I kind of do. I mean, this job is more fun because I get to talk about the state of Apple now and the future of Apple, which is more interesting to me. Whereas Whereas at an Apple store, I'd be talking to people who know nothing about Apple products and explaining to them how they work. That doesn't sound as fun to me. I know how they work, but that doesn't sound like a pleasant experience personally. Those are going to be expensive apples. No kidding. It's like $10 for an apple, probably. Despacito, this is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just want to hear you screaming, "Ay, rendito." Oh, no, 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 no. You guys didn't donate. That I can't sing it yet. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. What do you think about the Google Home Max? Is that out? I wouldn't know. I haven't followed it. I don't know anyone who got one. Did it come out? $2,000 and I'll smash my iPhone 10. Yeah, deal. The Apple should have a bite taken out of it. Oh. What would you add to iOS/watchOS if you could add anything? What was it? Oh, there's a chat bubbles on iOS. When you close an app, you could have the person's face in iMessage and have it overlay, and you could just tap on it when you need to type them. Love that. Love that. I don't want to turn everyone into a donate please spam. We don't need to spam anything. Apple Car coming. They did some research on the self-driving one, but I don't know how soon we are to an actual car. I don't think that's anywhere near here, but they're definitely doing research for it. But I think they research all kinds of things in R&D that aren't necessarily going to result in a product. It just means that they're thinking. They're thinking about these types of products. Which MacBook do you think I should get? My budget is $500. It will only use for basic stuff. Just freaking annoyed by random Windows 10 updates. I understand. I still use the gaming PC in the gaming room every day, and ugh. Um, $500. Well, I guess you got to get an old one because there's no new one. Try to find a MacBook Pro that's refurbished on Amazon or something. I don't know. Now I got that song stuck in my head. You guys got me singing Despacito. If we donate $1,000, will you sing Despacito 20 times? For $1,000, sure, but that's not gonna happen. Sometimes I think Apple just uh, patent stuff so they can use royalties from it. Yeah, honestly, they can. I mean, nearly $1 trillion company, they can afford that. They can do that kind of thing. If Apple makes a car, will it have windows? Kill me. Yeah, that's a new joke. Tesla review on Tailosive? Not anytime soon. Unless I know someone or have access to a Tesla. But again, it's kind of weird to review a product that you don't own. Um, when we're talking at that caliber, I mean, I can talk about Pixel Buds without owning them, but regardless. I'm wondering what I'm hearing right now. Give me a second, guys. I hear something outside. Huh. It's weird. I think a dog was running around. I heard some barking. It's a ghost. Yes, it's definitely a ghost. What camera are you using? It's a Lumix FZ1000 and it's hooked up to an Elgato game capture program, which is really designed for capturing monitors, but it also works for capturing the video feed of this camera. So it's a DSLR. So I hope in that way it makes it look better. Did you know that Apple Pay is coming to Germany? I did not. In fact, I didn't know it. They didn't have it. You're getting swatted? Oh no. Car smashes through office. Getting swatted sounds incredibly scary, but at the same time, like a great story when it's over. Hopefully, nothing goes wrong. I see too. I'm dead. Oh, I wonder if that's done yet? Um, my editor usually is editing them pretty late. No, not yet. Do you have any sponsors yet? I know a lot of people were saying that about the demonetization thing. They were like, well, if you're getting demonetized, you need to just approach sponsors. What I don't think they realize is that when you're a channel this small, sponsorships don't mean sending me money. They mean sending me their product and hoping I make a good review about it. There's tons of companies that want to send me products all the time, but very, very few of them are interested in actually paying me to review the product. And if they do, it's nothing. It's like, talk about our product and we'll send you $50. It's not a replacement for demonetization. That's a big problem. That's a big deal. That leaves a big dent. And also the companies that are emailing me are not they're not making good stuff. There's a lot of products that have been sent and I've been like, yeah, if I make a video about this, I'm going to hurt this company's brand. So the best thing I can do is not talk about it, because if I do review it, everyone's going to just stop buying their product. And I don't want to do that because they sent me a free one. I just email them back and I say, hey, thank you for sending it to me. I'm having these problems with it. And for that reason, I don't think you want me to talk about it. 100, I will program them a game. No joke. Donate, then send me an email. I promise I will put your name in the credits. Jeez. Um, you should check where your viewers are coming from, like Marquez did. Yeah, I can. I can do that. It's mostly the United States. It's about 50% the US, and then tiny, tiny, tiny pieces for the rest of the 50%. Though someone uploaded a video. It wasn't me, but someone uploaded a video that was solid black, no audio for like 10 minutes, and it got demonetized. So yeah, it's random. It's completely random. Oh, geez, what time is it? Okay, guys. I think it's getting a little late, and I think we're wrapping it up here. This has been fun. It's been a longer stream than usual. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Happy Saturday. Saturday now. I appreciate all the donations. There's a lot I'm looking forward to in the future. Thank you so much for the longer stream. It's been fun. Anyway, you should be getting your regularly scheduled video in 7, 8 hours or so. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Exciting things.